Oh boy, they're going after our kids. Now, you know this, and we've all been chronicling it and documenting it. But from time to time, when these freaks show up to be with children, and by the way, they're not freaks as long as they're not with the kids. I mean, what cross-dressing maniac wants to hang around children during the day at school? They have no business being there. Why are they going into classrooms? Why are they being encouraged to go to classrooms? Why is this being glorified around children? If you want to do that stuff, do it with other adults, not in the school. No problem, actually. They shouldn't be in the classroom. I shouldn't be in the classroom. I'm not a teacher. Don't you have to get certification for all that stuff? Does that individual have certification? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I am so heartened, so encouraged. Americans, amazing people, just going to these education meetings, the Board of Education, and confronting them. They were doing this in New Jersey, a crazy drag show during school hours for the amusement, potentially, of the teachers. Totally insane, but these parents, awesome.
So imagine our frustration when passes were given to selected students on October 27th to leave our class at 1:30 to participate in the school-sponsored drag show. Instead of our students being engaged in academic time, they were applying makeup and changing into their drag costumes. This was a loss of over 30 minutes of instructional time for these students. One of the invited spectators for the drag show was Phoebe Mantrap, a professional drag queen. From our perspective, it does not seem fair and equitable that Hunterdon Central students were not able to celebrate with their peers, but a professional drag queen from outside the Hunterdon Central community was allowed. Furthermore, based on the chatter that we have heard amongst the students in our classrooms, Dr. Moore's decision has created significant confusion, division, and resentment between students.
Well, it looks like we put a whole new meaning to the word adult entertainment here, haven't we, Board of Ed? Adult entertainment used to mean adults going to strip clubs, watching other adults engaged in sexual behavior. Well, now, thanks to this board, we see adult entertainment as a bunch of high school staff watching young children for their entertainment. And to those of you who still retain your seats, those days are numbered, because we will continue to expose the evil that you're doing in secret and behind closed doors. Just the fact that you have to hide this garbage tells us how evil it is. In the meantime, while you guys still temporarily hold these seats, remember we are looking at all avenues of holding you accountable for these actions.
And I believe that the reason for the educational deterioration in America is a preoccupation with ideology and sexuality at the expense of academia. You take this drag queen performance as an example. Not only were students taken out of the class to prepare for the performance, but they would have been unable to focus on their studies in any class during the day while their minds were preoccupied imagining about this performance. The question is this an academic institution or is this an ideological institution? If I were to identify as an elephant or wanted to change into an elephant, that would be okay if I was a toddler. But as an adult, a real academic institution would teach me that it was scientifically and biologically impossible. It would, in fact, be a mental disorder, and I should be referred to for psychiatric help. Because in reality, a drag queen performance is sexually grooming children, and that's unacceptable in this community. As a school board, you should recognize
Aren't these people
how divisive some of you are.
They're absolutely fabulous. Now, our institutions are going crazy, but the people aren't, and they're getting better. They're more active, more alert, smarter, and I don't know, I'm proud to be an American. Sometimes I really am. Of course, again, our authorities, our institutions, they're nuts.